Okay guys, this is going to be a mouthful, but I'm going to try and keep it as short as possible, so bear with me. So The Sound of Freedom is currently destroying competition at the box office, but it's also in the spotlight and not for the right reasons. So there's a few TikTokers currently trying to discredit Sound of Freedom, and they're raising some valid points. Let's go over these points and you can decide. Let's jump right into it. Point 1. Disney bought out 20th Century Fox back in 2017 that had the distribution rights to Sound of Freedom. This was when more than 100 Disney employees were under the spotlight for allegations of child trafficking. Sound of Freedom was completed in 2018 and then Disney shelved it. Why would they shelve it if this film could actually redeem Disney's reputation after these child trafficking allegations? Well, according to these creators, the time was not right and they waited till now because Trump's biometric entry-exit system will be implemented. During 2016's speech on immigration, Donald Trump said that he will finally complete his biometric entry-exit visa tracking system, turn off the jobs benefit magnet and reform legal immigration to serve the best interests of Americans. According to these creators, this system would be a chip that would track and monitor immigrants entering and exiting the US. So after people watch Sound of Freedom and realize what's actually going on in this sick, perverted world of ours, they will get their children chipped so they could track their child's every move. This would be the start of the mark of the beast system. Okay, so this is what these creators are actually saying. So yes, Disney was the previous owner of the rights to Sound of Freedom after it completed its merger of 21st Century Fox in 2019. Even though the film will only just hit cinemas last week, development on the script started all the way back in 2015. It was shot 3 years later, during which time a distribution deal was made with the 20th Century Fox movie studio. But when the Disney-Fox merger went ahead and the House of Mouse took over the rights, the media giant shelved the project. This ignited a battle between the filmmakers and Disney to set Sound of Freedom free. The outlet stated that Netflix and Amazon passed, adding every studio was worried about losing money. But this all changed in the fall of 2022 when Verostegui met with the CEO of Angel Studios, Neil Harmon, who co-founded the company alongside his brothers Jeffrey and Jordan. And when the company showed Sound of Freedom to its investors, they were excited about the project. In March this year, Angel Studios agreed to distribute the film. Jordan and Harmon told the outlet that in the space of less than 10 days, approximately 7,200 people invested $5 million to ensure the film went out into the world. So yes, Disney did own the rights, but now Angel Studio holds it. That was the only way to get it released. And yes, Disney was under the spotlight, but not for 100 employees being involved in child trafficking, but 4. And this happened in 2022 when authorities arrested 108 people, including alleged child sexual predators and those seeking prostitutes, in a 6-day undercover human trafficking operation in Florida. Among those taken into custody were 4 Disney employees and a retired judge, police said. Still very shocking news, but the timeline of the TikTokers does not line up with the rest of these Disney employees. That said, I have no idea if this investigation started back in 2017 when Disney bought the rights to Sound of Freedom. And yes, Donald Trump will probably go ahead with the biometric entry-exit system if he gets re-elected in 2024. But the system uses biometrics to track immigrants. So no tracking chip. So definitely not Trump's biometric system. But it could be another tracking system. I have no idea. Okay, so according to the TikTokers, Tim Ballard and Jim Caviezel is part of the Freemasons and the Vatican Illuminati because of symbolism on their clothing and jewelry they wear, even signs they are making with their hands. Well, the conclusion, yes, there is some worrying symbolism going on. For instance, Tim Ballard have been seen wearing a tie with the Freemason logo on. He was also seen making Illuminati signs with his hands, so there could be some truth in that. I have no clue, but there is evidence of this. Then Jim Caviezel wears a chain with a cross around his neck. The TikTokers claim this is a cross of the Knights Templar that is associated with the Vatican, and that he frequently meets with the Pope and High Priest of the Roman Catholic Church. And we all know what the Vatican and the Pope is associated with. I will not be going into this today, but we all know. So yes, Jim Caviezel does wear a cross, but it's the Jerusalem cross. The cross consisting of a large cross surrounded by 4 smaller crosses, one in each quadrant. The cross represents Christianity in a lot of ways. One being Christ's command to spread the gospel to the 4 corners of the earth, a mission that started in Jerusalem. The cross is most widely interpreted as representing the 5 wounds of Christ. The smaller crosses symbolize the wounds of Jesus' hands and feet, while the large central cross is the wound from the soldier's spear. So the 4 small crosses is Greek crosses or crusaded crosses. It was on the banner given to the Crusaders by Pope Urban II in the Middle Ages. So this could appear that the Vatican is involved, but the symbol was only later adopted by the Crusaders going to the Holy Land in the Middle Ages. And yes, Jim Caviezel was photographed meeting the Pope and various priests. For what reason, I do not know. Right, so my conclusion to all of this, let's say this is an attempt by large corporations like Disney, the Rothschilds, Freemasons and the Vatican to establish the beast system, the one world order. I would say, go for it. As this has to happen to initiate the second coming of Christ. It's all God's plan. You must understand one thing, guys. God even uses Satan to ultimately fulfill his plan. So while Satan might think he's in total control of everything, he's not. God is. So if Sound of Freedom was released with bad intentions, I kind of think it failed for Satan, because now everyone knows what's happening in the world. So once again, God used Satan to exploit himself. So whether this whole thing was right or wrong, the only thing that matters is that you make the right choice. You pick the right side. Repent and you will be saved. Yeshua is on his way. You must be ready. So leave it in the hands of God. Pick the right side and run with it. Keep your family safe and pray for discernment. God has just revealed to us with the Sound of Freedom what is going on in this world. So God is giving us direction. Even if Satan thinks it's his plan, God uses that to give us guidance so that our eyes open, so that the scales fall from our eyes. Guys, you need to wake up to reality. Stop with all of what you are busy with and what you are planning, and just look around you. If your eyes are open and you have discernment, you have nothing to worry about. Alright guys, keep safe and till the next one. See you.